So on January 5th, Ann Coulter, the right-wing political pundit known for her bigoted views and insipid, tasteless comedy, tweeted out the neo-Nazi slogan 14. The slogan, which is a favorite of white supremacists in the United States, stands for 14 words. These 14 words read, quote, "We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children." Before you tell me, she's just trying to secure the existence of her own people. What's so bad about that? I have three things to tell you. 1. Name me one person who cries about white genocide who isn't a white nationalist or white supremacist. Please tell me. I want to find this person. I've never seen this person before. 2. How could securing the existence of the white race be a priority for anyone who isn't a white supremacist? White people are definitely not going away anytime soon, even if their population is shrinking. In fact, they may not ever go away. So what kind of tolerant, cosmopolitan person would ever make this a priority of theirs? Does it really matter even if they did disappear in 500 years because of race mixing? What's the big deal? And 3, this slogan 14 and 3, this slogan 14 is usually used in conjunction with the numbers 88, which stand for the 8th letter in the alphabet, H. The two H's meaning Heil Hitler. Of course, the 88 part of the 1488, the Heil Hitler part of the slogan, was the part Coulter left out in her tweet. So, is Ann Coulter a white supremacist for tweeting this? Well, she is a white supremacist. Well, either she's a white supremacist or she just made an incredibly insipid and tasteless joke, which is something she's known for. She's known for her provocative humor. That's really just her saying Nazi-like things and then saying, "Ha, gotcha, liberals," when people, both liberals and conservatives, rightly call her out for it. Yeah, it's not humor. It's just fucking dull. The only way you would find that funny is if you're A, really stupid, or B, you're a disingenuous conservative who knows it's not good humor but want to see liberals get mad anyway. Here's an example of a Coulter's bad humor from the roast of Rob Lowe. Okay, so now we're going to get to my opinion on what I think this is. I think this was just one of her jokes, because later, a week later, on January 12th, she tweeted the number 7. Some people are arguing that it was because January 5th was 14 days from Trump's inauguration and the 12th was 7 days away. It was actually, January 5th is 15 days away, and the 12th was 8 days away. But people are saying, oh, well, when she tweeted it on the 5th, it was actually like 14 days and 12 hours. Yeah, see, I'm sure that's her cover for what she said. But the fact that her countdown started at the number 14, if it is a countdown, tells me it was just a humorless tactic to, quote, trigger liberals. Now, what's funny is that even though this was a dumb joke meant to provoke people, obviously, you don't have to go far to find that her actual ideological views are almost as bad as the ones she espouses when she's, quote, joking. Okay, here's Ann Coulter advocating against universal suffrage. Let's look at this. Quote, "I think women should be armed but should not vote. Women have no capacity to understand how money is earned. They have a lot of ideas on how to spend it. It's always more on education, more money on childcare, more money on daycare." All right, Ann, well, then we're going to take your right to vote away from you, I guess. I personally wouldn't mind. So we got a misogynist right there. Coulter made another quite frightening remark in an article that was written as a response to 9/11. Quote, "We should invade their countries, kill their leaders, and convert them to Christianity. We weren't punctilious about locating and punishing only Hitler and his top officers. We carpet bombed German cities. We killed civilians. That's war, and this is war. In this article, the they she's referring to and their leaders are the Muslim hijackers, meaning we should invade every single country that the hijackers came from, kill the leaders of those countries, and convert the entire countries, and convert all the countries to Christianity. That's what it seems like she's saying. That's an insane imperialist opinion. It's really funny how she complains about triggered liberals. And this is one of the most triggered reactions to a horrible event I've ever seen. What an emotional response. Oh, a few people killed a few thousand American citizens. Oh, we have to carpet bomb the entire Middle East and all the Muslim countries, all their leaders. If that isn't triggered, I don't know what is. So, from these two quotes so far, we could gather that Coulter is a misogynist and an imperialist. Another imperialist opinion arising from her triggered nationalist mentality. Quote, I'm getting a little fed up with hearing about, civilian casualties. I think we ought to nuke North Korea right now just to give the rest of the world a warning. Another highly intelligent and not triggered opinion. And here's her historical revisionism on Joseph McCarthy. Quote, the portrayal of Senator Joe McCarthy as a wild-eyed demagogue destroying innocent lives is sheer liberal hobgoblinism. What? Liberals weren't cowering in fear during the McCarthy era. Oh, yeah, totally. They were systematically undermining the nation's ability to defend itself while waging a bellicose campaign of lies to blacken McCarthy's name. Everything you think you know about McCarthy is a hegemonic lie. Liberals denounced McCarthy because they were afraid of getting caught, so they fought back like animals to hide their own collaboration with a regime as evil as the Nazis. Man, what a complete imbecile. Of the 159 people that the triggered McCarthy accused of being Soviet spies, only 9 of them have been proven to have helped aid Soviet espionage activities in any way, which was in the 1930s and 40s, a decade or two before McCarthy made his wildly emotional and paranoid accusations. McCarthy was absolutely a threat to liberty and did destroy innocent lives. And if you believe that he wasn't, then it seems like you're not a fan of liberty either. The McCarran Internal Security Act, inspired by McCarthy, actually made it so that members of communist organizations could have their citizenship revoked and exiled from the United States. As Truman summed it up, quote, As Truman summed it up, referring to the McCarran Internal Security Act, quote, the greatest danger to freedom of... As Truman summed it up when he talked about the McCarran Internal Security Act, he said it was, quote, the greatest danger to freedom of speech, press, and assembly since the Alien and Sedition laws of 1798, and called it a, quote, mockery of the Bill of Rights and a, quote, long step toward totalitarianism. Finally, Coulter is not only a right-wing historical revisionist, a misogynist, and an imperialist, but she's also a loud and proud racist. Quote, I think the government should be spying on all Arabs, engaging in torture as a televised spectator sport, dropping daisy cutters wantonly throughout the Middle East and sending liberals to Guantanamo. I don't even know what to say about that statement. If you don't find the trouble with it, then I don't know what to tell you. I could honestly go on all day with her bullshit, but I don't want to waste your time. You should get the idea by now. In conclusion, Ann Coulter sucks. She's not funny. A lot of people think this was her endorsement of white supremacy. I think it was just a really bad joke, like all her other ones, meant to draw people in and say, oh, gotcha, liberals. Conservatives, you don't deserve followers like this. You don't deserve Ann Coulter. She's quite clearly a racist, a sexist, an imperialist, basically backwards in every way you can think of. I mean, that's not a, whatever, an SJW thing to say. All you need to do is look at her actual statements and arguments, and you'll discover this and acknowledge it. Unless if you're not. All you need to do is look at her actual statements and arguments, the ones that she actually believes in, and not her stupid jokes, and you'll discover and hopefully acknowledge that she's extremely bigoted. If you're not a stupid or disingenuous person. Please isolate this woman from your movement, conservatives, and make her an irrelevant attention whore like she should be. Thanks, guys. This is a progressive thinker. Tune in for more videos.